Hi friends, very good evening all of you. So today let us start with CA Intermediate New Scheme, Auditing and Ethics. I know some of you might have already attended the classes in the old scheme and some of you might be new students who are attending auditing lectures for the first time. So this is going to be a regular class. This is not a crash course. Since this is a regular class, we will cover all the concepts in detail. We will use ICI study material and I'll also give you a separate PDF, okay, a separate material. So this is the Board of Studies knowledge portal, their website. If you look at it, first let us see the syllabus. Okay, if you go to this intermediate English in that paper 5 is auditing and ethics. So I want all of you to have a pen and paper, a fresh notebook for audit, preferably, and then write down. We'll start with the syllabus. Okay. So put the heading audit and ethics and then syllabus. Syllabus. So we have 12 chapters as per the new scheme. Okay. We have 12 chapters as per the new scheme. Sorry, 11, not 12, 11. My mistake. We have 11 chapters. So put the heading syllabus under that chapter 1, nature, objective and scope of audit. Take some time, write down. It is good for you. Take some time, write. It is good for you. Chapter 1, nature, objective and scope of audit. Here we will learn all the basics. So if you look at the notes I have given to you, in the first slide, I have put this chapter 1, introduction to audit. What are all we are going to discuss? In this particular chapter, we are going to discuss what do we mean by auditing? What is the definition of auditing? What is the nature and scope? What is included in audit and what it does not include? This is what we call the scope of the audit and inclusions, exclusions. Then what are the limitations? Are there any limitations to audit? And then we will learn what is assurance and what is assurance engagement. So we are going to discuss two things. One, what is assurance? Two, what is assurance engagement? Then there are so many types of assurance. Two popular types of assurance are limited assurance and reasonable assurance. So we will learn what is meant by limited assurance and what is meant by reasonable assurance. Then there are certain standards on audit. There are certain standards on review services. There are certain standards on related services or agreed upon services. All these things we'll see in first chapter. So just I wanted to give you a bird's eye view of what are all there in chapter 1. This is the scope. Other than this, we will discuss so many things in addition to this also in chapter 1. So chapter 1, nature, objective and scope of audit. Then chapter 2, in your notes write down in syllabus, chapter 2, audit strategy, audit strategy, comma, audit planning and audit program. Audit strategy, comma, audit planning and audit program. Audit strategy, planning and audit program. Then the third chapter is risk assessment and internal control. Some students feel this risk assessment and internal control topic to be difficult. Maybe it is because you do not have practical exposure or the lecturer who is teaching you might not teach it practically. When you look this particular area theoretically, this will be very difficult. But trust me, I will take you through. I will put it in a maximum possible easier way to you so that you enjoy learning and it is easy. Risk assessment and internal control, it is easy. Chapter 4, very important from exam point of view and also from profession point of view. Okay. Chapter 4 is audit evidence. A high weight area even from exam point of view. Chapter 4 is audit evidence. Someone is asking, can we use the old syllabus ICI book? No. Contents are same. Maybe 80% contents are same. But the problem is, there is a reshuffle from one chapter to another chapter. So I do not suggest you using old book, apply for a new book, or at least download ICI material. PDF copy is available free of cost for you. Okay. Or Dharunesh, anyway, you have joined classes, you will get material. Don't worry. Chapter 4 is audit evidence. Chapter 5 is audit of items of financial statements. Chapter 5, audit of items of financial statement. Guys, can you give me an example of this? What is this items of financial statements? Can you tell me something about items of financial statements? What are the items of financial statements? Assets, liabilities, revenue, expenses, reserves, equity, etc. So financial statements in a broader sense means P&L balance sheet. Of course, there are others also, like notes to accounts is there, cash flow statement is there, statement of changes in equity is there. But predominantly it is P&L balance sheet. So in P&L, what contents will be there? Revenue, expenses. Excuse me. In balance sheet, what contents will be there? Equity will be there, liabilities will be there, assets will be there. So verification of all these 5 categories is known as audit of items of financial statements. So in that particular chapter, we'll see how do we audit revenue items, how do we audit expenses, how do we audit assets, how do we audit liabilities, how do we audit equity and all. Okay. Then chapter 6 is audit documentation. Again, another very important area, both from exam point of view and also when you are conducting, audits as probably an articled assistant or audit manager. This is very important, audit documentation. Okay. And then 7th chapter is completion and review. Audit completion and review. That means you have completed the audit. Before you express your opinion, before you submit your report to the company or company secretary for that matter, what will you do at the end stage? So this is the ending stage. So completion and review, chapter 7, and chapter 8, audit review. Another important area from exam point of view, audit report, chapter 8. Then chapter 9, special features of audit of different types of entities. So in this, we'll see how audit will be conducted for government entities, how audit will be conducted for government companies, departmental undertakings, or something like Indian Railways, Indian Post Office, Life Insurance Corporation, these kind of entities. And also we will learn to conduct audit of cooperative societies, audit of sole proprietorships, audit of partnership firms, audit of cinema halls, audit of recreation club, audit of army and navy kind of organizations. So that comes under audit of government itself. So if you're conducting audit of a hospital, if you're conducting audit of an educational institution, what are the special points you need to consider? So these are special features of audit of different types of entities. Different types of entities. How do we conduct audit? We'll see in chapter 9. Chapter 10, audit of banks. Recently included in the syllabus, 5 years back, maybe 10 years back, this was not there. This was there as a part of CA final syllabus. Okay, now audit of banks is there in CA intermediate also. We will see how do we conduct audit of banks and all. We will see both theoretically and practically. Okay, and 11, it is, comparatively new area, ethics and terms of audit engagement. So if you look at old syllabus, it is audit and assurance. New syllabus, it is audit and ethics. Excuse me. So in the new syllabus, they have included this ethics. Previously, code of conduct and professional ethics was a part of CA final. In CA final, there is something called professional ethics, which is very important from exam point of view for final students. Maybe 20-25 marks will come from that particular area. Now that ethics is included in CA intermediate syllabus also, we will see some ethics and ethical concerns. So this is your syllabus. Now tell me, how many chapters we have? Okay. Can you tell me how many chapters you have? In the chat box, just type how many chapters you have. Hello, please interact. I want you to tell me how many chapters are there in CA Intermediate Audit New Syllabus. Jackson is saying 11. Very good. I know that you understand there are 11 chapters, but I just want to see the interaction. How many of you people are actively listening? The Vibharti is saying 11. Darunesh is saying 11. Please, all of you, don't be lazy. When you participate, you learn more. Participation is the best way of learning. Amalesh, James, correct, 11. Okay. So there are 11 chapters. Very good. Jeffrey is saying 11. Okay. Now look at it. This is the definition. Okay. I'll give you 1 minute of time. I'll give you 1 minute of time. Can you please copy this in your notes? I know that it is there in cap classes material. I also know that this is there in ICI material, but still at the risk of your repetition, can you please note down? Can you please copy it in your notes? Have a book and pen. Have a book and pen. Can you please copy this in your notes? Please copy this in your notes. And once you have copied this first bullet point in the chat box, let me know that you are done copying, and then I will continue. So copy the first bullet point and then say done. Copy the first bullet point and say done. Okay, I am waiting for your message in the chat box. Once you are done, I will start explaining this definition. I want you to copy that. I hope you have copied this. Adira is saying done. Very good, Adira. What about others? I want everyone to copy this definition. Please don't be lazy. Participate, work. You will learn a lot. Jackson is saying done. What about others? Sania, very good. Akshaya, done. Very good. So can I get the response from others also? Divya Bharati. Okay, very good. Darunesh, very good. Jeffrin, very good. Darunesh, can you unmute your mic and read the first definition, please? Darunesh, can you say hi in the chat box? Can you say hi in the mic?
Hello, sir.
Hi, Darunesh. How are you?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Good, good. Where are you from?
Sir, from Tirupur, sir.
You are from Tirupur. Tirupur is Tamil Nadu, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Excellent. So can you please read the first bullet point, which is definition of audit?
Yes, sir. An audit is an independent examination of financial information of any entity, whether profit-oriented or not, and irrespective of its size or legal form, when such an examination is conducted with a view to expressing an opinion thereon.
Excellent. So I want you to highlight, all of you. You tell me in mic, and all of you, please identify the same 3 important things what I'm asking, and please put it in the chat box. I want all of you to identify three important things from this particular definition. What are the three important things you have identified or understood in this? Boss, tell me, Dharnesh, what are three important things you understood in this definition?
Sir, audit is just like an examination of financial informations.
That I understand. But here in this particular definition, I want you to highlight three important phrases or three important parts. Balaji is saying independence. Okay. Jeffrin sir is saying independence. Very good. First thing is independence. Excellent. Okay. So let me put it this way. My brother is MD of a company. My brother runs a company. And my brother is asking me, hey, Pavan, can you conduct audit of my company and express true and fair view on my balance sheet P&L? My own brother is running a company. He's MD of a company. He's asking me to conduct audit of his books of account and express audit opinion. Can I do that? Yes or no? Just in the chat box, tell me yes or no. Hello, I'm asking you. No, everybody is saying no. Okay. So let me ask more. So I'll ask some questions. Can I conduct audit of A, the company where my brother is MD? The company where my brother is MD. So for one, you said no. Can I conduct audit of the company or a company? Can I conduct audit of a company where I am one shareholder? Can I conduct audit of a company where I'm a shareholder? So I own shares in one company. Can I be the auditor of that company? That is my question. So when you are writing answer in the chat box, please type 2 and then give your answer yes or no. Because I'm asking so many things. If you say yes or no, I do not know your response for which question. So 2, yes or no, tell me. 1 you have already answered, 2, yes or no. Okay, so everybody is saying no. 2, no, no, no. Very good. Excellent. Can I conduct audit of a company where I am a director? Can I conduct audit of a company where I am director? Can I conduct audit of a company where I am a director? Okay, so 1, the answer is no. 2, the answer is no. 3, the answer is no. Now tell me why. Why can't I? So one innocent student is asking this question. Pavan sir, my brother is a doctor. And if I have a problem, I'll not go to any new doctor. I'll go to my brother because I trust my brother. Similarly, if I have a chartered accountant as my brother who is in practice, why can't I go to my brother for conducting audits? Why can't I? So can you tell me what is the problem here? The concern in this situation is independence. The concern here is independence. So if you look at the process, let us understand this word assurance. We are speaking about audit and assurance. No, let us understand this word assurance. We'll come back. But I'm taking you forward. So what is assurance? I'm taking you to 10th slide from second slide. We'll come back. What is assurance? So Oxford Dictionary defines assurance as a positive declaration intended to give confidence. So it is a promise. So I am a chartered accountant. I have knowledge of accounting, knowledge of auditing, knowledge of economy. And, I have done a professional course. Then I have experience. I have gone through some training, continuous professional development, or this articleship, or, certain technical areas. ICI trained me. My principal auditor trained me. So with that experience and knowledge, when I'm conducting audit of a company's financial statements, to the shareholders, I am giving an assurance that, dear members of Reliance Industries, don't worry, I have read the financial statements of Reliance Industries. Then I have conducted audit of Reliance Industries financial statements. I verified their books of account. I verified their director's minutes. I have seen all their operations, and with all the confidence, I can tell you that the financial statements are showing true and fair view. This is assurance. So assurance is providing confidence. So simple. What is the difference between audited financial statements and unaudited financial statements? So tell me, what is the difference between audited financial statements and unaudited financial statements? So you are looking at unaudited financial statements. Situation 1. Situation 2, you're looking at audited financial statements. So you tell me, which one is more reliable? Which one is more credible? Which one is more reliable? Which one is more credible? Which one you trust more? Audited financial statements. So normally what happens, I'll tell you. If you have, say, 10 crore rupees, and you want to invest it in a company that gives you excellent returns, how will you identify this company that will give you good returns? So to invest money in a company, I need information about. To invest money in a company, I need information about A, company's financials, B, management integrity, corporate governance, and I need company's business model, strategy, and future outlook. Yes or no, you tell me. Is it right? If I want to invest money in a company, I want to know about company's financials. I want to know about management's integrity, the board of directors and all. Are they people with character? Are they people with integrity? Are they people with ethics? Like, for example, Ratan Tata, sir, if you look at it, he enjoys the highest, brand value as an individual, as an entrepreneur. If even the president of India or even the prime minister of India, if they look at Ratan Tata, they will stand and they will say, sir, namaste, how are you? Isn't it? It is not because of his wealth. That is not because of his money. That is because of his things. Isn't it? Do you agree with me? There are richer people than Ratan Tata in India, isn't it? But why he enjoys that level of ethics? Why he enjoys that level of recognition and respect? It is because of the ethics. So you want that also. Not only company's financials, but management's integrity. Then comes, what is the company's business model? What is the company's strategy? What is the company's future outlook? Maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line, what they want to do and all. So from where I get all this information? Can you tell me in the chat box? Tell me in the chat box from where I get information of all these things. In the chat box, can you please tell me from where I get information of all these things? Guys, I'm waiting for your answer. OVI is saying audit report. Very good. Annual report. Very good. Financial statements. Correct. Now, as an investor, my decision is based on this information given in financial statements, isn't it? So as an investor, I need to make an investment decision. As an investor, I need to make an investment decision. What is investment decision? Buying shares in a company, selling shares in a company. These are investment decisions. Okay, so I need to make an investment decision. For this, I need information. For this, I will look into financial statements, directors' reports, corporate governance report, management discussion and analysis, etc. All this information is available in the company's annual report. Correct or no? Correct or no? So what are all the information I want? I want information about company's financials. I want information about the management's integrity. I want to get the information about company's business model, strategy, future outlook, corporate social responsibility, etc. All these things are available in financial statements. Now, identify what is the problem. Identify what is the problem. The problem is what is the problem? The problem is the management prepared all the above statements. So they can lie, they can be biased. The information given in those statements can be wrong, can be manipulated, can contain misstatements. This is my problem. Are you understanding my point? So I am telling you the story. I am giving you one flow. So I want to invest money in a company. For that, I'm just looking at various companies and I'm trying to pick one best company because I can invest in 5,000 companies in India. Out of these 5,000 companies, which one is the best investment? So for that, I needed some information, these three pieces of information, or maybe I need more also. So all this information is available in financial statements, annual report. But the problem is that the management prepared all the above statements. So they can lie, they can be biased, they can be manipulated, they may contain misstatements, they may contain errors, they may contain fraud. So this is the problem. Now, what is the solution for this problem? You tell me. I don't know. I have identified the problem and I'm asking you, how will you solve this problem? What is the solution to the problem? Darunesh is saying do audit. Okay. Okay. What about others? I want you to think and tell me what is the solution to this problem. Audit. Audit is the solution. Now, two situations. Auditor who is giving this assurance is related to management. Can you believe his report? Auditor who is giving this assurance is related to management. Management's relative is telling, hey, management has given information. That information is correct. Hey, bro, who are you? I am management's, one director's brother. I am one of the directors. I am a shareholder. I am shareholder's relative. So the auditor who is giving this assurance is related to management. Will you believe in his report? The answer is no. That is the reason in the definition of audit, they have identified one of the first prerequisites. Dear auditor, if you are conducting an audit, if you are expressing an opinion, what is rule number one? You should be independent of the company. So audit is an examination of financial information conducted by an independent person who's not related to the company. You understand now? If you understand, say yes in the chat box. I'll see how many of you are following the lecture. If you understand, can you just say one yes? Very good. So, rule number one, auditor should be independent. What is the meaning of independence? I have explained in the next slide. Independence implies that the judgment of a person expressing opinion whether financial statements of the company are showing true and fair view, this is a professional judgment. So Pavan, as a professional, is giving a judgment whether X Limited balance sheet is showing true and fair view. So this independence implies that the judgment of a person, judgment of this professional is not subordinate to the wishes or directions of another person. So it might be the person who appointed me. So if my brother appointed me, my brother says, hey, bro, please give report that financial statements are okay. Please, I'm your brother, no? So the relationship will reduce my ability, my objectivity. So if I mention in my report that there is fraud in the company, who will be arrested? My brother will be arrested. Why will I take that risk? So example I have given, relationships such as father, brother, wife, husband, etc. If this is the case, your objectivity will be impaired. Your ability to express opinion honestly without any bias will be impaired. That is the reason don't conduct audit of companies where your relatives are occupying positions as directors or shareholders or audit committee members or something. Then two, in case of a company, shareholders, board of directors and their immediate relatives don't conduct audit of these people. If your relative is shareholder, don't conduct audit. If your relative is director, don't conduct audit. And if you are shareholder, don't conduct audit of that company. If you are director, don't conduct audit of that company. Now I have one doubt. Pavan holds certificate of practice from ICI. So he is a practicing CA. Can he be director of a company? This is my question. Person who holds a certificate of practice from ICI, can he be director of a company? Yes or no? Okay, there are S's, there are no's. People are saying yes, yes, yes. Some people are saying no, no, no. Majority yeses, majority prevails. So the answer is yes. So if I am a chartered accountant holding certificate of practice, I can be a director in a company also. Okay, I need to take permission from ICI. That is a different story, but I can be. So if X is a CA holding COP and a director in EA Limited, can he conduct audit of EA Limited? This is the question. If X is a CA holding certificate of practice and also a director in EA Limited, can he conduct audit of EA Limited? The answer is no. Why? Independence. Independence. That is what I told you. So guys, read this slide and please let me know in chat box if you have understood. If you have understood this, say done. Then we'll go back. If you have understood this, say done, then we'll go back. I just want to see how many of you are following the class. Okay. Just give me 1 second. So again, coming back, the definition says an audit is an independent examination of financial information of any entity. Okay. So in this independent examination is important that we have discussed. Now, the second thing is whether profit oriented or not, and irrespective of its size or legal form. A small company, a small entity, can I conduct audit? Yes. Medium size? Yes. Large? Yes. Multinational company? Yes. Any size, any legal form, like it can be sole proprietorship, it can be partnership, it can be company, it can be a society, isn't it? It can be incorporated for profits, it can be incorporated not for profits. I'll tell you one very interesting thing. Some of the biggest organizations in the world, not in India or not in any place, they are charities, they are NGOs. For example, universities. All universities are incorporated not for profit. Hospitals, many hospitals, even some of the private hospitals also, if you look at their MOA, AOA, if you look at their bylaws, they say that they are incorporated for profits. Charities, religious institutions, temples, churches, and how profitable these businesses are. So they are incorporated not for profit. For example, Indian Railways, incorporated not for profit, but they might earn profits now, and they might have huge amounts of money, cash flows, revenue, and then lakhs of crores of assets. All public sector undertakings, they are incorporated not for profits. Majority of them, need not be all. There are commercial entities also. Many of the public sector undertakings incorporated not for profits. So here, if you observe any entity, that entity can be incorporated for profit, that entity can be incorporated not for profit. That entity can be small size, that entity can be big size or medium size or global level. That entity can be of any legal form. So irrespective of profits, size and legal form, this is the second thing to identify in this particular definition. Third one is, what is the purpose of audit? When such an examination is conducted with a view to expressing opinion thereon. Underline view to expressing opinion thereon. Underline expressing opinion thereon. This is called audit objective. This is called audit objective. The purpose of audit. What is the purpose of audit? The purpose of audit is to express an opinion thereon. The purpose of audit is to express an opinion thereon. Okay. Now, Neha, can you turn on your mic and read this, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
First point from first point, no? Yes, sir. An audit is an independent examination of financial information of an entity, whether profit oriented or not, and irrespective of its size or legal form. When such an examination is conducted with a view to expressing an opinion thereon.
Hmm.
An incisive analysis of above meaning of auditing brings out following points clearly.
Look, point number one. What are the points? Point number one. Just 1 second, ma. Why this is taking more time? Independence. Read this, please.
Independence. Audit is an independent examination of financial information. Point number one. Independence here implies that the judgment of a person is not subordinate to the wishes or direction of another person who might have engaged him. For example, relationships such as father, brother, wife, husband, etc. In case of company shareholders, board of directors, or their immediate relatives.
Yes. Next. Continue.
Entity for profits or not for profits or not for profits.
Okay.
The entity whose financial information is examined need not necessarily be profit oriented, like in case of a business. It can be a non-profit organization like an NGO or charitable trust.
Okay. Next.
Irrespective of legal status. It can be conducted for any entity irrespective of its legal structure. That is, such an entity may be a proprietary concern, a partnership firm, a LLP, a private company, a public company, a society, or a trust.
So, guys, 4 slides, 5 slides. This is slide number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The purpose of audit is to express an opinion. Did you understand all these 5 slides content? Please tell me yes if you have understood in the chat box. Then we will go to the next part.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dharunesh is saying yes. Very good. Amlesh is saying yes. Okay. Neha is saying yes. What about others? Excellent. Excellent. Everybody understood. So let us move on. This is the first part. Then, now tell me, see, I skipped to slide number 12, wherein it says that in any assurance engagement, I have not told you what is assurance engagement. I'll come back to that. Don't worry. There are 5 elements, and in first element, they are saying 3-party relationship. So in your notes, write down an assurance engagement is a 3-party relationship. Okay, an assurance engagement is a 3-party relationship. I did not understand what it is. I don't know. You tell me. Who are 3 parties? Who are these 3 parties? So there are 3 parties in audit. What are the 3 parties? Can you tell me, please? Anyone in the chat box? Hello. I'm expecting an answer. Okay. Jackson is saying auditor. Very good. Who are the 2 parties? Darunesh is saying company, auditor, users. Okay. Very good. Management, auditor, shareholders. Okay. Management, entity. Okay. Okay. Now, the 3 parties are the auditor, the user, the responsible party, the responsible party which provided the information and subject matter. What is this? There are three parties. One is the auditor. Second one is the user. Third one is the responsible party. So this responsible party is management. Management. What is the information they gave? What is the information they have given? Financial information through balance sheet, P&L, etc. So they have given information. Okay. And subject matter is financial statements submitted to shareholders or users. Okay. Now, there are three parties. One party, namely board of directors, they have carried on operations of the company for a full year. Who made policies? Board of directors. Who looked after operations? Board of directors. Who made decision making? Board of directors. Who run the business? Board of directors. So all this planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, all these things are done by directors. Directors are those individuals who appointed all the managers. So there is one accounts manager, there is one finance manager, there is one HR manager, all these people who appointed all these people, directors. Now, these directors or the management, they are responsible for preparing balance sheet P&L. Now, these are the people who provided information and who provided subject matter. Subject matter means financial statements. Now, who uses these financial statements? Can you tell me who's the user? Need not be shareholders alone. Shareholders, government, employees, suppliers, customers, regulatory authorities, banks, financial institutions, etc., etc., etc. There are many people who used these financial statements. Now, can you put one name for all these users put together? All these users put together are known as what? What is the common name given to all these people? Any idea what is the common name given to all these people? Hello, what is the name given to all these people put together? Shareholders, government, employees, suppliers, customers, regulatory authorities, banks, financial institutions, all these people put together are known as stakeholders. Correct? All these people put together known as stakeholders. So the users are stakeholders. You understand? So then comes the third party, auditor. So simple. One group of individuals are preparing financial statements. Another group of individuals are using financial statements. Now those users need assurance that the financial statements are prepared properly. So these users, the users need an assurance while using the financial statements for decision making. So if I calculate gross profit ratio using the financial information and the financial information is wrong, gross profit ratio also will be wrong. If balance sheet consists of all mistakes and fraudulent numbers, if I calculate return on equity, I will get wrong ratio. Based on wrong ratio, if I invest money in that company, my 10 crore rupees is gone. So the users need assurance while using the financial information, financial statements for decision making. What is the assurance? That the financial statements are prepared properly. So the users need an assurance that the financial information, financial statements are prepared properly. And there are no material misstatements in financial statements. This is very, very, very important. I want all of you to write it in your notes. The users need assurance. The users need assurance that the financial statements are prepared properly and that there are no material misstatements in financial statements. That there are no material misstatements in financial statements. Now, Neha, can you tell me how this can be achieved? So how they get this assurance? So my question is, I'm asking a simple question, how the company, how the financial statements are prepared by the company? How the financial statements are prepared by the company? Based on what? What is the manner in which financial statements are prepared? Okay, as an individual also, if Neha is preparing her income tax return tomorrow, for that, if she is preparing one P&L and balance sheet, if she is a businesswoman, she is filing her income tax return, or she is submitting P&L balance sheet to bank for a working capital loan, she prepared one P&L balance sheet. Now the question is how, based on what you prepared your financial statements?
Based on some historical financial information.
But what is the structure? How, should I put assets on right side or assets on left side or assets above, liabilities below or liabilities above, assets below? How? Balaji is saying accounting standards, rules prescribed by Companies Act, very good. Jackson is saying prescribed manner issued by authorities. Okay, very good. So what is the name for that? It is called FRFW. This comes 1,000 times in your auditing textbook. It is called Financial Reporting Framework. What is FRFW?
Okay.
Financial Reporting Framework. So, Financial Reporting Framework guides you on how the financial statements are to be prepared. These will give you a set of rules and procedures. So this financial reporting framework will give you a set of rules, procedures. Say, for example, I have an asset. Is it a current asset or a fixed asset or a non-current asset? This is my doubt. I don't know whether this is a current asset or non-current asset. I don't know. So what should I do? So I have deposited fixed deposit. I have deposited money in a SBI for 5 years. 5 years fixed deposit. Is it a current asset or is it a non-current asset? I don't know. Simple. Go to financial reporting framework and read what is a current asset. They will tell you. What is a non-current asset? They will tell you. So financial statements must be prepared in accordance with financial reporting framework. So answer to question number 1. Answer to this question can be given. Answer to this question can be given like this. If the financial statements are prepared according to the acceptable financial reporting framework, we can say that they are properly prepared. Whether financial statements are prepared properly, simple. If they are prepared in accordance with financial reporting framework, they are prepared properly. Where should I put current assets? Where should I put non-current assets? Where should I put equity? Where should I put non-current liability? Where should I put current liability? Where should I put revenue? Where should I put income? Where should I put other income? Where should I put profit on sale of assets? Where should I report regular reserves? Where should I report capital reserve? Where should I put financial instruments? How do I measure that? How do I report that? How do I present that? How do I recognize that? All these rules will be given in your financial reporting framework. And here, financial reporting framework is equal to, you can say financial reporting framework is equal to GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles, which are accounting standards, plus compliance with law, which is Companies Act, Banking Regulation Act, etc., 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 that governs such entity. If it is a normal company, Companies Act. If it is a bank, Banking Regulation Act. If it is insurance company, Insurance Act and Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. So, Pavan sir, if I listen to accounting standards and if I listen to the law and regulation and complying with this too, I prepared financial statements, am I right? Absolutely right. You understand my point, all of you? If you understand what is financial reporting framework, say yes in the chat box. Then I'll go to second point. Okay, now, second one. User needs assurance on two things. One is whether the financial statements are prepared properly. Okay, if they are prepared in accordance with, accounting standards, if they are prepared in accordance with the Companies Act, yes, they are prepared properly. Very good. Now, the second thing is, are there any material misstatements in financial statements? So, material misstatements in financial statements come from, material misstatement in financial statements come from two things. A, frauds, B, errors. Material misstatements in financial statements come from two things. One, frauds, two, errors, or it could be a combination. What is the difference between a fraud and error? What is the difference between fraud and error? Intention. Frauds are intentional mistakes. If you do it intentionally, it is a fraud. If you do it unintentionally, without having a proper knowledge, unknowingly, innocence, that can be error. Okay. Now, how do I get assurance on both part 1 and part 2 put together? Simple. Audit. Auditor gives you these two assurance. Auditor gives you both the assurance. So this is a very big topic. What is material misstatement? How material misstatements come into the financial statements? How they are to be identified? How they are to be treated? This is a very big thing, which eventually we'll see in the coming classes. Now, I'll give you a 10 minutes break, but in the 10 minutes, I will not allow you to take break. So I will ask a question. I will ask a question. And after the break, you need to give me answer for this. What are two types of financial reporting frameworks, and what is the difference between them? What are two types of financial reporting framework? That means I'm telling you that there are two types of financial reporting frameworks. What are they? and what is the difference between them? This is what I want from you. Okay, so after the break, when we come back, we'll discuss about this. Okay.